don't know. This is something I just don't know. I'm sorry, but what? That doesn't make any sense. Your current book value, it is pretty much the same thing as we just got with this kind of free cash flow. Hello, my fellow investors, and welcome back to another viewer requested fundamental analysis. Guys, let's continue on with this. Let's spin the wheel and see what company we should analyze for today. And we got the company LISN, and this company was brought up by Joseph Items. So let's take a look at this company, guys, and see if their fundamentals are any good. And of course, if at the current share price, this is looking like a buy. So with that said, let's get started with this analysis. All right, guys, this is the company, oh boy, Lindt Sprüngli. This is the company that makes like the fancy chocolates or something along those lines. You guys can clearly see right here on their website. And by the way, the ticker symbol that Joseph said is actually not the ticker symbol on Seeking Alpha. And full disclosure right now, guys, this company, well, this company, it is in Switzerland, and there really isn't that much information when it comes to this company. So let's take a look at the company profile. Now, I just said that they make chocolate products, right? I mean, it says it right over here. Together with its subsidiaries, engages in the manufacture and sale of chocolate products worldwide. The company sells its products under Lindt. All of these names. It serves customers through a network of distributors as well as through owned shops. The company was founded in 1845 and is headquartered in Kilchberg, Switzerland. And guys, the ticker symbol, it is not LISN or whatever I said. It's actually, believe it or not, CHLSY. At least this is the one on Seeking Alpha. Now, guys, the problem with this thing is that because it's in Switzerland, there's no data, like, at all. Now, we do have some of the things here when it comes to, like, obviously, like, the share price and the market cap. However, the PE trailing 12 months, I'm not really sure what it could be. But taking a look at the current graph with this company, guys, I mean, yeah, this is, this thing, look at this. I don't know where to put this. I really don't know where to put this. This is maybe an issue that because it's such a foreign company and it probably isn't traded in the New York Stock Exchange, that this is the reason why it looks this way. Now, you can see this on the 1 year. Well, okay. I mean, there really isn't just anything for me to look here when it comes to the graph. However, we can see that the market cap, it is around $29.2 billion and 52-week range, guys. I mean, $10.84 to $99.29. I don't know. This is something I just don't know. Actually, the trailing 12 months PE, it is 48.51. But then again, I don't know. This company just seems very, very peculiar. It just may be due to the fact that, again, it is a foreign company and Seeking Alpha may just not have all of this updated. Now, coming back into the calculator, guys, they do pay out a dividend of 15 cents. Which is a yield of 1.33%, no payout ratio, no 5-year CAGR, 0 consecutive years of dividend payment. Ex-dividend date passed as of April 24th. Payout date was on May 11th, and they pay their dividends annually, so only once a year. This may be just a Europe thing. I think most Europe companies pay once a year. Now, coming back into the calculator, based off the 15 cents and their current shares outstanding, they pay out, guys, a year. I mean, this is, okay, I believe this is $30,000 a year, I believe, right? Because if this is millions, then this number over here, that's millions. This would be 100,000. So this, I'm assuming, again, I believe that this is around $30,000 every single year, which, I mean, just looking at that, you probably know that their shares outstanding is like nothing at that point. 5-year average free cash flow after this is paid out, guys, they're still left with $591 million. And after this is paid out in their last year's free cash flow, this is $595.7 million. These payout ratios are really tiny, 0.01 for both the last year's free cash flow and the 5-year average. Now, surprisingly enough, Seeking Alpha does have all of the fundamentals that I use to evaluate companies. However, full disclosure, again, I don't know if these are right. So please do your own due diligence, guys. This is not financial advice, all right? So just keep that in mind that these fundamentals may be incorrect. To those people who say, well, no, because they are in whatever the Switzerland currency is. Well, Seeking Alpha actually translates everything to US dollars. Just keep that in mind when going over these. But again, They may be incorrect, so we'll see how that goes. We got, guys, the net income 5 years ago of $493.5 million to 1 year ago of $616.2 million, increase of 25%. Only dip here was 3 years ago during COVID, so that's a little bit understandable. Came back up, actually surpassing, it doesn't look like it, but it actually did surpass the 4 year ago value 2 years ago, and then after that, they actually kept increasing it. I have this as a 75 because I personally didn't realize that this was higher than the 4 year ago. So I'm actually going to put this, guys, as 100% because, you know, COVID related, I'm going to just assume that because it was COVID, it's not going to happen again. So let's put this at 100% when it comes to the net income. Looking now at the free cash flow, we can see here that there was a small dip here during COVID. However, there was another small dip here from 2 to 1 year ago. 5 years ago, it was 413.7 million. 2 1 year ago of almost $600 million, guys. There's an increase of 44%. And on the average, it is $590.88 million. I'm going to give this a 50%, mainly because, well, you see a big spike from 5 to 4. Then, you know, COVID hit, so it kind of just stagnated around this point from 4 to 2 years ago. Still increasing overall. Obviously, I'm not going to fault them for COVID, but you can see that it just stagnated. But then after 2 years ago to 1 year ago, it came down a little bit, probably because maybe the valuation here just wasn't that big. So that explains that. So I'm going to give this, guys, a 50%. I just don't necessarily know where this is going. Maybe you can make the case for like 60 or 65, but for now, I'm going to keep it at 50%. Looking now at the revenue, this one looks really, really solid, guys. Overall, we got 5 years ago of 4.41 billion to 1 year ago of 5.41 billion, increase of 22.67%. Only dip here was during COVID, so I'm not going to fault them for it. I'm going to give this a 100%. Into now the assets minus the liabilities. Very consistent growth. You can see from 5 to 2 years ago, but then as of 2 years ago to 1 year ago, they came down, going from 5.73 billion to almost 4.76 billion, right? Probably because, again, actually, I wouldn't even say because of COVID, because these two right here, 3 and 2 year ago values, weren't that much of an outlier, yet they came down regardless, going from the peak 2 years ago of, again, 5.7 down to 4.8 billion dollars. So it is what it is. Average total assets, it is 8.9 billion dollars. Average liabilities, it is 3.83 billion dollars. Doing this difference, we get $5.1 billion. I'm actually going to give this a 75%. Actually, I'm going to increase this to an 85%, mainly because the dip here, it was bad, but I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't really know what happened there. So you can make the case for both. I'm actually going to change it one more time, guys. I'm going to go halfway. I'm going to go 80% when it comes to this one. Looking now into the cash flow minus the liabilities. Unfortunately, this is consistently decreasing even prior to COVID. As you can see, 5 to 4 to 3 to 2, consistently decreasing. 2 years ago was their lowest point, and then as of 2 years ago to 1 year ago, they did increase it, but it's still significantly lower than the average of negative $3.03 billion. I'm going to give this, guys, a 5%. Now, for the shares outstanding, this thing caught me by surprise. And again, I don't know if these numbers are correct, guys, and, well, when the shares outstanding doesn't move, I don't know if this is correct. This may just be a Europe thing where maybe the European, well, actually, Switzerland regulators may be like, no, you cannot buy back shares. You cannot issue shares. These are the ones you put in. You need, in order for you to issue or buy back, you need to give us a reason for it. I don't know, right? I don't know. I'm not from Europe or even Switzerland. So it may just be the case that that's how it is. But you can see, you know, 200,000 shares from 5 to today. Now, that's a zero increase across the board. And I would, you know, buying back is what you ideally want to see, but truthfully, it's just not dilution, right? You just don't want to be diluted. So this isn't diluting you. I'm going to give this, guys, a 100%. And lastly, when it comes to the cash and equivalents that currently hold $935.1 million with an average of $924.32 million. When it comes to the overall grades, we give the net income 100%, free cash flow 50%, revenue 100%, assets minus liabilities 80%, cash flow minus liabilities 5%, and shares outstanding 100%. Guys, that's 3 100% and 180%. Free cash flow could be better. I mean, if the free, here's the thing though, when it comes to the free cash flow minus the liabilities, the problem is mainly the liabilities, not the free cash flow. The free cash flow is doing all right. Overall grade though, 76. This company doesn't look too bad. Let's actually see what price we should pay for this company. And this one, I do not know. And the reason for that, guys, is because not inputting any value for the revenue growth or the projected share buyback. We are getting a target share price $29,000 for not adjusting for debt, and then the target share price adjusting for debt is $30,000. I'm sorry, but what? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not even going to bother. Absolutely, I'm not even going to bother putting in any revenue growth assumptions because those numbers, I don't know if they're correct or not. And here's my reasoning why. I did what any logical person would say, and after seeing this, and I took a look at the book value. And when it comes to the book value, guys, this thing doesn't make any sense either. You can see here, current book value, it is pretty much the same thing as we just got with this kind of free cash flow. $20,352? What? Absolutely crazy. And then you're like, wait. What about the tangible book value? It's not any better. $14,241. So this is what I'm saying. I have no idea. I really don't. Now, obviously, I just showed you guys Seeking Alpha's current share price. This thing is $10.89. I don't know. I gotta be fully honest with you guys. This is a company that when it comes to valuations, I just don't know. No metric is telling me anything. Like, I just don't know. Not a single metric is telling me anything. So I'm sorry, but I can't give you a valuation for this. However, I can tell you that when it comes to the grades, it's good. It's good. But valuation wise, I have no clue. So yeah, that's my final thing when it comes to this, guys. This may just be a company that, because it's in Switzerland, I just can't do it. I'm so terribly sorry. So if you guys have other companies that you may want to analyze for yourselves, please do not wait for me. All these calculators are available for free. Link is in the description below. And yeah, it is what it is, guys. It's not financial advice. Every investment is the present value of all future cash flow. Make sure you do your own due diligence, right? Do your own due diligence, especially when it comes to something like this. I do not know if this is I just don't know. You know, the fundamentals say that it's good, but again, I just don't know. So please do your own due diligence. Take a look at this company for yourselves and see whether or not you want to invest in it for yourselves. Do not follow what I am doing. All in all, fundamentals look great. It's chocolate. There really isn't. It's fancy chocolate too. Like, I think I've had a few of these. It's good. Like, it's pretty good. But from a stock perspective, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna go through the option chains, and I'm fairly certain I won't find anything. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this video, everybody. Like if you like, comment, subscribe. It really does help with the algorithm on YouTube. So with that said, guys, peace out, and we'll see you all next time.